Network, the world's conscious broadcasting network. Live on iTunes and archived on iHeartRadio. The voice of consciousness. And now, join Shay Parker's Best of the Best, offering celebrity guests, lively discussions, hot topics, free psychic readings, and expert guest hosts. Simply the best in spiritual and metaphysical talk radio. Listen live on your phone or device using our universal mobile player. No app needed. Shay Parker's Best of the Best. Find out more at bestamericanpsychics.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Revelations. I am your host. This is Colby. Hope you guys are excited for tonight. I know I'm very, very excited about the guests we have. I'm hoping it works. We have Rayvon Owen tonight. Not sure if you all know Rayvon, but Rayvon was the fourth finalist on last year's American Idol. And he's a good friend of mine, and he's decided to participate in tonight's show, but he had an emergency flight. So we're hoping he can hear us. I'm not sure if he can. Rayvon, are you there yet? Can you hear me? He may not be able to hear us yet, so let's just see. Let's give him a minute to try to join the call. He's running between gates, so that's exactly what he's doing. So hopefully he can hear me and dive on in here. So anyhow, so Rayvon has been on tour, and he's been working, and he's got a lot of like really, really exciting news out there. So, and I kind of want him to share it. So it's amazing that he is going in the direction he's going. So it's very, 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 very good. He's been doing music, writing stuff, and he's got some fantastic stuff coming up here. He's been writing music like crazy. So I'm not sure if any of you know him. I'm sure a lot of you are listening and you love him like I do. And so what's going on with him is he's been adding some news to his love life, but I'm trying not to spill the beans. I'm just so excited. Rayvon, can you hear me?
We're on. I can hear you.
I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm so glad to be on. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I really appreciate it. I know you're running in between gates, and we don't want you to miss your flight. So,
I'm staying busy, which is a good thing. I can't complain, you know?
Oh, you know what? You are so incredibly talented, and to see you touring, living your passion it's so remarkable. It makes me so, so happy.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do is, I did tell the listeners you're the fourth finalist on last year's American Idol, yeah?
I can't believe I did that crazy thing. Can you?
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah, remember? I mean, that was so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah. And
it was a great experience. It really was. I mean, I always tell people the biggest thing I learned is, besides the obvious reason that now there are a lot more people who know who I am and I have more fans, but it built my character in such an amazing way, and I just learned so much. It's like years of experience, like jam-packed into months,
Yeah.
And I just feel like not only do I feel like a better musician, a better artist, I feel like a better person, just from going through that.
Yeah, and in just a way to, I think it's kind of like you found so much of yourself, right, as well, right? Like found your voice?
Yes, definitely. I did. I mean, I had a voice, and I didn't realize the impact that I could have, when I was given a platform, and that what I say and what I sing and what I do can affect, lots of people. And it's easy not to see that when you're you have a few thousand fans and, you're kind of touring around and doing your thing. But once millions of people know who you are, it's like, wow, you really do make an impact, and people are really inspired by that,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's incredible is um, you just you just released a brand new single, right? Called "Can't Fight It."
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So how was that experience for you?
That it's kind of interesting. I mean, it definitely kind of caught me off guard. It's funny how you know how it is. You plan certain
Yeah.
you want to do certain
Oh,
things,
I
and
know.
then next led to do something totally different out of the blue, and then all your teammates changing up everything at the last minute.
Yeah.
But that's how it was with that song. But it was a very personal song, and that's kind of how I felt I wanted to come out of the gate after the show.
Yeah. And the show's a wonderful experience, but it also seems like it doesn't define you, because it seems like you really have your own unique way about doing it, regardless of what the show is about as well.
For sure, for sure. It's tricky, because, I'll always be associated with the show, which is a good thing. It has such a powerful name, a powerful brand, but you definitely want to just take what you learn from that, take that experience and healthily move on from it and kind of establish yourself in your own way, but keep that as kind of a respectful and nostalgic part of your career and who you are,
Yeah. And I am gonna kind of, I'm waiting for everyone to tell me. Will you just tell everybody you're in love, please?
That's a big thing too. Yeah, I did. I fell in love, and which was not as I won't say not as easy as this was, because it was easy. That was the scary part about it, is that how easy it was and how natural and how good it felt to fall in love. But it was a scary thing at the same time, because here I am, like, on this big show. A lot of people are, they know me, but didn't know this side of me. They didn't know that I was gay, and that was something that I kind of didn't share on the show, and didn't share with anybody, because I was afraid. I'm like, oh my gosh, will people still like my music? Will people still buy my records?
Yeah.
So it was a big scary thing. But and I kind of, at first I was like, well, I'll just kind of put the video out. I won't say too much about it. But then I realized, I was like, you know what? There's so many people who could benefit from hearing my story, and some people who are going through the same things that I've gone through. It's just accepting myself, and
Yeah.
I was able to love myself, and then love someone else. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there and really, really share the story and spread it so that it can inspire others.
Yeah, and it's so much about it being now it just, because your truth is out there, and because your honesty is out there in such an open way, that
Yeah.
think of the inspiration that is for all of your fans. I mean, anybody who's truly the fan and truly, they're going to look up to you for this, and they're going to, now young kids are going to try to go out and be who they are and express themselves in an open and honest way. And we don't have to feel like we need to hide. Did I lose you? He's on the airplane. He went and took the airplane. All right. Well, I do know he has to go in a minute anyway. So I can try to call him back, but I don't know if it's going to work. But for anybody who's interested, this is Rayvon Owen, and I am his website is rayvonowen.com. rayvonowen.com. So it's that's where you can find him, and that's exactly it. He's also on Snapchat. He was telling me about Snapchat, and I'm like, what is Snapchat? So I was like, I have no idea. Hey, Rayvon.
Can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Sorry,
hear you.
I don't know why the call dropped.
Oh gosh, you think because maybe you're in the middle of an airport and
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What was I saying though? What did you ask me?
Well, I was just asking about how do you feel about the impact of you having your truth and you having your, that it's helping and motivating other young people to step into who they are and be free about it.
Sure. The truth is a scary thing, but, and, especially as an artist, I didn't realize, because you try to, we're trained to, put on a show. We're trained to, entertain people and kind of, take on this kind of presence on the stage, especially me growing up doing theater and performing around town and stuff. But I didn't realize that my truth and my vulnerability is actually what people connect to the most, And
Yeah.
the more I started to show that on Idol, the more people started to respond, to me. And I think that carried me through all those Twitter saves all the way to the end,
Yeah.
Because that's when I finally started kind of bearing my soul a little bit on stage and, singing some stuff that people can really bite on.
Yeah.
And I've also thought, like, spiritually speaking, like, I think people, especially younger people, are kind of have this, like, God or spirit versus gay kind of thing, like it can't coexist or whatever. And I kind of wanted to show people also that it's possible for you to be a Christian or for you to be religious or for you to be a spiritual person and still be true to yourself. And in fact, I think God honors your truth and
absolutely.
And that's freedom, and that's what it's all about,
Absolutely. Well, they're gonna take us to break in just a minute, but that's actually good timing because I can hear them calling you. So
I'm so sorry. I wish I could talk longer.
That's all right. You know what? I think we're gonna try to connect with Jack. So thanks
I'm
so
so
much.
excited
Rayvon.
you get to talk to Jax. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, safe flight.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is OTR FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Do you have time to read that inspiring book or that blog post you've been meaning to get to? In your busy world, how do you improve yourself and keep your life going? I'm Lisa Kay, and my Between Heaven and Earth radio show can transform your life just by listening. Be uplifted with inspiring topics, positive stories, and ideas that really work. Between Heaven and Earth Radio is conscious living for your soul, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
I just wish I could say I love you one more time. I just wish I could really know if they are okay. I just wish I could let them know how much I miss them. If you have ever had any of these thoughts or others about communicating with departed loved ones, it is important for you to know that it is absolutely possible. Michelle Beltran is a globally recognized professional psychic medium who is known for giving evidential messages from beyond the event horizon. Visit michellebeltran.com for details. That's MICHELLEBELTRAN.com.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
You're listening to OTR FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Colby, Psychic Rebel, here on Revelations. I'm so happy that you all could join me. I hope you got to listen a little bit with our earlier guest, Rayvon Owen. He's so fantastic, and he's such a generous, kind soul. So it's remarkable to see him have the success that he has had. But earlier today, when he realized, hey, I got to catch a flight, Colby, I can't do the whole hour with you. And we were like, hey, no problem. I said, who do you got? And he goes, oh, I got Jax. And I was like, no way, Jax rocks. So I would love to introduce everybody to Jax. Hey, Jax, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Thanks so much.
I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks so much for being a part of the show. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. It's hard to follow Rayvon in anything, though.
Well, you know what? It's awesome because, first of all, I actually was able to watch you last year on American Idol, and you were like my favorite. I mean, I do have a partialness to Rayvon, but I got to say.
Rayvon was my favorite. Thank you so much for watching. That's awesome.
I mean, you really, though, your integrity and your authenticity, Jax, it so stands out. It has a voice of its own.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's gosh, it was, and I love it because, my company name is Psychic Rebel. It's a little bit outside the box, a little bit of doing it a little differently, speaking, how you feel. And so, I was like, oh, this girl, she's right up my alley.
That's what Rayvon asked me. That's what Rayvon said. He was like, hey, it's a little bit different than a general interview, Jax. You should give it a shot because it's super cool and spiritual and like right up your alley. I'm totally down for that kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, something for once.
Yeah, it's awesome. We can even, have you ever had a reading? Do you believe in psychics? Let's start there.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. That's good. Now, have you ever had a reading?
A couple way back when, I guess, in Manhattan, they have a bunch in the Village. Not the last time. I can't even remember the last time though.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe if we have time, I'll do a little reading your way. How does that sound?
It sounds so good because it's kind of needed in my life right now.
Cool. But don't say anything to me. I want to make sure that we kind of get some juicy stuff for you. How's that sound?
Exciting. Intimidating, a little scary, but okay.
It's good. Don't you worry. I mean, we're not going to say, it's just between you and me. None of the listeners are even going to listen to it. I promise.
Okay, good. Now I'm excited.
So, what's really cool is you're from New Jersey, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so am I.
We're in Jersey.
Yeah, I'm down south. I'm right outside of Philly.
Oh, okay. That's not that's like an hour away from me.
Yeah, like Cherry Hill. Do you know Cherry Hill?
Yeah. I used to play soccer there.
Oh God, yeah. So I am right. That's where all of my family is. I live in LA now, but my family's from New Jersey.
It's pretty much sort of my life, almost. I'm living out of a suitcase back and forth to LA. My parents are all in Jersey.
I have to tell you, if there's any advice I can give you, because I left Jersey when I was like 17, and it's been many, many years, but I stay committed to make sure I go home a few times a year to always reconnect with my family. It is so grounding, and I'll tell you, you sitting around a Jersey family, and real quick, you're going to remember what's important.
Well, I don't know, man. My family, we still got the Brooklyn spirit in here. I grew up in New York before Jersey.
Yeah.
And my parents are both born and raised in Brooklyn. And, it's so crazy because on this block, it's like everybody moved, when they have families, everybody just moved to Jersey suburbs from Brooklyn. So everyone's like, you're from Brooklyn? I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. Everybody, yeah. It's the same vibe, though, same East Coast thing. I love Jersey people and Brooklyn people and all the New York life. It's awesome. That's so cool that you're from Jersey, though. Yeah. Represent in the house.
Yeah, we're representing. That's right. They are a little corner. I'll tell you what, for being a little state, though, we make a big impact, right?
Definitely.
So what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about your music, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, for any of the listeners, Jax was on American Idol last season, And if I remember correctly, Jax, you finished third, right? Is that right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, which was awesome because I think you went in there. I remember you going in there and you sat behind a piano. And
Yep.
I can remember Harry Connick Jr. Like, you probably couldn't see it because you were just like, oh my God, let me just get through this. But
Yeah.
Harry Connick Jr., he had this look in his eye that he knew how special you were. I mean, everybody could hear it. So
I love Harry. Thank you. That was actually the audition day. I hadn't expected to be so. I've been performing my whole life, and so I went into it, and I'm sitting there in this like weird booth they put you in before the yellow light goes and you can go, or the green light or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a piece of cake. And then the second I step in there, my heart almost stopped. I was like, I've never felt so nervous in my life. And it's so crazy because, like you said, I just wanted to get it done. And I'm sitting there thinking, they hate me, they hate me, they hate me. Like, I'm going to be one of those embarrassing auditions that are going to get sent home and they're going to air it and it's going to be bad and they hate me. And then because it's hard to tell in the room, they get a bunch of good camera angles on TV of good reactions, but I'm sitting there and I all I see is blank on their faces. So I'm like, oh my gosh, am I destroying this right now? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I better find some sort of good moment. But Adam Lambert, on the other hand, was rocking out and keeping me secure and in good spirits for my minute and 30 seconds.
Well, it's nice he did because that minute and 30 seconds sure did get extended, didn't it?
Yeah.
But, really what I loved is I saw your video called La La Land. That's it. Now, is that your latest video, La La Land?
Yeah, it is. It was actually kind of the first project right after the show and coming off of tour. What I got off my chest, and it was just my therapeutic thing, where I stood with the fans. Everybody was just kind of my first little thing, and now we're working. I mean,
I loved it. It was so. Now I'm just curious because I feel like there was so much creativity in it. I mean, it was just so creative. So,
you know what? What made the video was that scene where Rayvon came by and took my taco from me.
You know what, though? He has taken a taco from me, too. So he is an official taco stealer, okay?
That's grounds for a breakup right there.
Yeah. If he wasn't so darn adorable, right?
Oh, my God. Story of my life. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so mad he has a boyfriend. He just, killed all the girls in the world, made everyone depressed.
He did, but I can tell you from... it was really neat. For his birthday last year, it was before American Idol, I gave him a reading for his birthday. So he came into my studio, we did a session, and I told him that he was going to end up on American Idol. I told him I think he was ending in the top 6 or something like that. It was crazy. I mean, he hasn't even auditioned yet. Yeah. And, but even then I told him he was finding love next year also. And I had a feeling it was going to be a guy, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. So I think when I saw the article that he published on Billboard, I was like, oh, finally, I was so happy for him.
He's so happy. It makes me so happy. Me and my friends talk about it all the time because we all are a post-idol clique, all of us.
Yeah.
And we've never seen Rayvon so happy, and we love Shane, and they're both such incredible people.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Shane's the boyfriend. Shane's the one who...
Shane is a rock star.
Yeah, Shane is the one at the end of the video, can't fight it. So
he actually has his own documentary on Netflix. Everybody should check it out. It's called Bridegroom.
Oh, yeah. It's so neat. I read all about that before. Yeah, it's called Bridegroom. But...
I cry every time. It's emotional.
So with you, Jax, do you find that you enjoy speaking your voice or trying to find your voice? Where are you in your own process?
I am always growing and I'm always learning and always experimenting with new projects and music and style that makes me happy. It's so crazy because there are a lot of people that'll look at you and from 2 years ago, they're the whole, you changed. And I'm like, gosh, I hope I changed. But 2 years later, I should be growing a little bit. But yeah, no, I have a lot of creative freedom right now. And it's really, really awesome and relieving that being able to get everything off my chest and just keep writing and writing and writing. I'm buried in the studio. I have no tan. I don't get out, no vitamin D. Yeah, it's bad, but it's awesome. I mean, this is really my dream, and it's so crazy to actually have a voice with weight now.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it to get this far, and I'm so grateful every day, and I'm so grateful for the fans and the people that are still tuning in and listening, and I'm so excited to share music with everybody this year.
No, that's so exciting. I love your sound is awesome. I mean, your sound is just so cool, and like I said, and it's not even just the tone of the voice, right? Because that could be different, but if there's not some deepness behind it, not that deep soul behind it, I don't think it's going to have much impact. So you can feel that, you've been through some struggles. You can feel that, you are a survivor in so many ways, and you can hear that in your music.
Thank you. That means a lot. Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't get me emotional.
No, we're going to get emotional when we do your reading, so you hang tight for me.
I'm a sucker. I have my dad sitting here, too, and he's really excited for it.
Oh, I love your dad. I love Dad. I remember him.
Hello.
Hi, Dad.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I feel great. Thank you.
Okay,
oh, wonderful.
That's embarrassing me.
So what we're going to do, Jax, they're going to take us to break in just a second here, okay? And then when we come back from the break, maybe that's what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just have a minute or two of a reading if you're comfortable with it, and we'll go from there. So thanks so much, Jax. Stay tuned, and we'll come right back after the break.
We see you after the break. Are you still on here?
Yes.
Okay, you are. Okay. No one else can hear us?
Nope. Yes, they can.
Oh.
You're listening to OTR FM, part of the IOM Radio Network.
Hi, this is Sylvia Henderson, intuitive life coach and energy healer. Are you ready to elevate and rise way above your normal? Be sure to listen to my show, Intuitive Transformations, on OMTimes Radio, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get the inspiration you need to transform your life.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
I just wish I could say I love you one more time. I just wish I could really know if they are okay. I just wish I could let them know how much I miss them. If you have ever had any of these thoughts or others about communicating with departed loved ones, it is important for you to know that it is absolutely possible. Michelle Beltran is a globally recognized professional psychic medium who is known for giving evidential messages from beyond the event horizon. Visit michellebeltran.com for details. That's MICHELLEBELTRAN.com.
The name is Bond. James Bond.
No, the name is Joe. The Joe Show. And we are returning back for our 9th season here on OMTimes Radio. So tune in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, on OMTimes.com/mobile. You can take us wherever you go. Yeah!
This is OTR FM, part of the IOM Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Revelations with Colby. I am so excited. I have Jax here. Jax was. Hi, Jax. How you doing?
I'm doing. Yes, Jersey.
You talking to me? Sorry, I know. I just had to.
Wait, check out. Want to hear my New York accent?
Yeah. Ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker. I drink coffee and water. I got a dog and a daughter. So one day I tell my daughter to hold the coffee, and what did she do? She spills it on the dog. So now I got a dead dog, a dumb daughter, and no coffee.
That's fantastic, right?
I hope so. Actually, very embarrassing. I did it when I went to London, though, and all the British kids got a kick out of it. They love they love a genuine, a real life proper Brooklyn accent. They call it proper Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. Well, even like I went to London, and just being from New Jersey, oh my God, they said I sounded sexy.
Yeah, they say it's so hot, but then again, I get it because British guys are hot.
Yeah, it's the only time we're ever going to get told this accent is hot, okay?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll take it. Thanks.
So thank you. Now, what I wanted to do is, I'm a whole sold-out show, right, at a place called Webster Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, and this is, like, huge for you, because this is your first time where it was...
Yeah, I was so excited. It's so crazy, because growing up, I'd played the venue before. When I was younger in bands, just when I was little. And I was always opening for big headliners and not even just maybe booking small gigs there. And it was so crazy to be the actual headliner, have people lined out the door with signs. And it's like I always looked at that and was like, oh, my gosh, look at – is Justin Bieber playing at somewhere where there's kids outside the door? And now I'm looking at it in retrospect, the entire thing. It's just it's unreal. I feel like I'm in some weird parallel universe sometimes.
Oh, my goodness. Was anybody singing your song?
All of them. Gosh, it was crazy. It's such a rush. It's such a fantastic feeling when you go on stage and everybody knows every word to your song. It's like, so it's incredible. It makes me feel like this is why I do what I do, and all my hard work pays off in this moment, you know?
Yeah, and it's just having those fans just listen and look at you, and, what about the pressure of it, though? Because, I mean, I even know, getting out into the public, it's got to have some pressure to it. Have you found that hard to kind of get used to?
Yeah, in so many ways.
Yeah.
But I've always been pretty good under pressure, and they put that to the test this year for me. And I love, it's a dream come true. Even the times where I go out and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing makeup, or I'm in a hoodie and I don't want to be seen. And even just when I'm recognized at that point, it's just, I have to think to myself, oh my gosh, like, people know my name. This is still insane. I mean, as frustrated and cranky as I am, this is a dream come true.
What about, Jax? So let's talk about that name, Jax. How did you get that name?
It's just my nickname growing up.
Okay.
Everyone just kind of referred to me as Jax when I was little, and it stuck. It's stuck. It's easy.
I love it. I think it's super cool. And it does fit you, so it works, right?
Thanks. Yeah, I do draw an X on my face.
Makes it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now for music, are you currently writing music, or where are you in your process of music?
I am constantly writing. I'm really excited to put out some stuff this year for everybody. It's been kind of an emotional roller coaster in the studio, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I've been hopping from writer to writer, back and forth from LA, Nashville, New York, everything, and buried in the studio, just doing my thing. So I just have to try to stay away from the studio food. So you can live on Doritos if you get into that routine. But I've been making really cool music. I'm excited for a cool pop record.
Oh, awesome. Well, how about we kind of do a little reading? What do you say about that?
Okay, I'm in.
You in?
Yeah.
You sound a little nervous. You're like, I'm in, I think.
I can do it. I hope it's a good one.
Oh, I guess. Well, let's see. Okay, so, I guess a couple things is, you did acknowledge that you're traveling and that you're writing some music. But I also feel like this was a big year for purging, kind of getting in really deep and getting rid of some stuff that you had stuffed down that you didn't even realize you were kind of pushing it down. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? It does feel like it's kind of come to the surface. It feels like you've kind of put that into your music. And I think you're right. By putting it into your music, you get it out of your system, you know?
Yeah, it's totally cathartic for me. It's the only way I get through things is music.
Yeah. But it's, as much as, we have the La La Land, I also feel like there was a deep, kind of getting over a relationship also, yeah? Because it just feels like there's so much getting rid of the heartbreak behind something.
Maybe.
You're like, shut up, Colby. Yeah, because I can feel like there's some music that's coming out that's behind that, or behind saying, you can't stop me. I'm not going to let this break me. Something like that. You understand that?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well, it's the only way I get over. Every breakup comes with a good song. That's what I always tell people. I mean, it's Taylor Swift's entire bank account.
Yeah, but it's, the thing is it's good though, because I think it's something that was hard to face or hard to look at. And I think too, maybe the other person had a little trouble dealing with where you were going with things, and dealing with that level of success that you were also starting to process, But it just feels like moving forward, it's kind of like I want to tell you, it feels like, girl, these doors are finally opening up, like opening up without the heaviness behind them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's finally like you can kind of go away feeling lighter. So I think you're in a place where you're able, I feel like you're going to fall in love again soon.
I hope not. God.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
No, you know how it is though. You meet someone and you just make time. We have no time until we meet someone, and then all of a sudden, all the time in the world stops.
Preach. Amen.
But it does. It feels like you're gonna open up to a relationship. I think you're not gonna expect it. I think it's gonna kind of hit you on the road, so to speak. So it's almost like you'll be traveling on the road, maybe doing some shows or music. And that I feel like that's how you're going to meet the person. So I think it's going to be like catch you so off guard. So if that happens, you got to make sure you tell everybody.
I will. I totally will.
We all want to know about the love life,
Oh boy, everybody always wants to know, and it's honestly pretty boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I go out every now and then. The majority of my love life is like Netflix and pizza.
But even career-wise, this is it. Like I think the music that you are doing that people haven't heard yet, that's the music that's going to catapult you. It's going to really set your mark, because I think for the first time you are so using your words with your voice in such a strong way, Yeah, I keep also seeing like a Gwen Stefani kind of thing. Like, so I am like, I better not get in your way. Like,
oh yeah, I love Gwen. She's total inspiration, man.
So it's nice, it's that you are going to have this whole message out to the people, and there is,
speaks.
Yeah, it does. And, but with that too, I think there's always going to be a level where you're holding on to the integrity of what you're doing. I just don't think you just don't want to sell out. It's like I keep feeling like you're saying no matter what happens, I'm not selling out.
Yeah, sometimes it depends. Music, it's hard because there's a lot going through your head during the writing process and on who you're really trying to make happy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, yeah, it does come down to I have to be happy. And I can hear so many people and have so much business nonsense going on around me, but at the end of the day, I need to be the one whose heart is in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely. And and I'm glad your dad's there with you, because he's just been a huge support for you, and in so many ways,
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's good to have like good parents like that who kind of have got your back.
I have the best support system of the history of the planet, and people should be jealous because my parents are the bomb. They're like the perfect combination of like traditional make your bed Brooklyn parents and best friends for me and my brother. So And they've always, from day one, I have supported my dream, like ruthlessly. Like I wasn't in school. I never went to school. I was homeschooled. I 1000%, every ride, everywhere, every decision I made, they always had my back. They always protected me. There's a lot of sharks in this business, and you have to really learn that your family at the end of the day is the only people that you can trust. So,
what about your faith? I mean, do you feel that your faith has been tested at all?
Not through this.
Okay, good.
Probably. I mean, honestly, I feel like God was with me throughout the entire journey here. And it helped that I was surrounded by a lot of spiritual people on the show. Like Rayvon especially. Yeah. Seriously, just his presence and his light alone. And I know that comes from his faith. It just helps me get through a lot. And he's such a beautiful presence. And, I pray all the time for the strength to get through things. And it definitely is a lot. It was a lot of pulling, and it was a lot of stress. So sometimes the only way to just sit down and collect your mind is to, speak to God.
Yeah, and sometimes, the pulling is good, like pushing you outside the comfort zone and testing your boundaries and all of that. That's just spirit saying, all right, let's figure out what you want and what you don't want, and it's time to move you forward.
You know what helps? Yoga. Yoga always helped me. I'm a yogi.
Oh, yeah. I started hot yoga this past year.
I love hot yoga.
Yeah.
Dude, burning like 10,000 calories and channeling your Zen.
Yeah, it's like they've got 60 minutes to try to kill you, and you go, I'm going to survive 60 minutes. You keep trying.
I almost died.
So it's good. It is. It's really wonderful. We're going to go to break now, and I will catch you on the other side. Thanks so much, Jax.
Awesome. You're the bomb.
This is OTR FM, part of the IOM Radio Network.
This is Terry Van Horn, and I want to invite you to join me for my weekly radio show, Hailing Light, on OMTimes Radio, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Hailing Light, we want to bring love, light, and blessings into your world. You can find out more about us at www.healinglightonline.com. Blessings.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
I just wish I could say I love you one more time. I just wish I could really know if they are okay. I just wish I could let them know how much I miss them. If you have ever had any of these thoughts or others about communicating with departed loved ones, it is important for you to know that it is absolutely possible. Michelle Beltran is a globally recognized professional psychic medium who is known for giving evidential messages from beyond the event horizon. Visit michellebeltran.com for details. That's MICHELLEBELTRAN.com.
Do you want to be a better communicator? Do you want to better connect with the important people in your life? Do you want to enrich your relationships? If so, join me, Matthew Cooper, on the Positive Control System Show every Wednesday evening at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on OMTimes Radio. I'll meet you there.
You're listening to OTR FM, part of the IOM Radio Network.
All right, welcome back to Revelations. This is your host. I am Colby, and I am so excited to have my guest, Jax, here tonight with us. Hi, Jax.
Yo, yo.
Jax is in the house. So I want to make sure everybody knows where to find you, Jax, okay?
Yeah.
So I just want to say, so on Twitter and Instagram, it's just at Jax, Jax official X, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you
Same with the website.
Yeah, you have a website also. So now on your website, can anybody follow and get upcoming events and be able to track you that way?
Yeah, and I'm really, to be honest with you, I'm mostly on Twitter.
Okay.
And Snapchat, but
Okay.
I have a pretty tight relationship with the fans, so I'm always keeping everybody posted, no matter what I'm doing, down to what I'm eating. So, yeah, follow me on Twitter. Shameless plug.
What's the Snapchat thing? So Rayvon was mentioning Snapchat, and he's like, Colby, you got to get on Snapchat. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so old. So this Snapchat, you take a picture, and it's just like that's it. It goes out to the world. This picture, Is that how it works?
It's I think it blew up because I think there's something about how temporary it is.
Okay.
That intrigues kids. At first, I'm not going to lie to you, I think it started out as kind of like a sexual thing.
Okay.
Because teenagers are kind of crazy and just like, ooh, this goes away in a second. And the idea is you can't screenshot the picture without the other person being notified that you screenshotted it.
Oh, wow.
So, and basically you can either send personal snaps to somebody and it goes away in like 10 seconds to however you want to program it, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Wow.
And, or you could send it on your story, which means like people can see what you're doing throughout the day. And it's not like you're over posting on Twitter and Instagram, which people kind of want to do sometimes, but instead now they can do it on Snapchat and it goes away a day later. So just an update on, hey, I just sneezed. Hey, I'm in the studio. Hey, I'm driving and not Snapchatting and driving.
I did see one of the pictures. I don't know if it was on Facebook or Twitter, and you had a shirt for autism. So,
yes.
What was that for?
It's for a really, really cool program. One of my friends introduced me to it, and it's cool because, well, first of all, you should go on the website and completely go buy all of the gear to help out all the children and everything that they have going on. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of like things like Autism Speaks, and Autism Radio had reached out to me on Twitter saying, hey, what's up? And I was like, this is cool, Autism Radio. Yeah, and you can make a donation by buying a shirt, and all the funds obviously go to their programs. They have a lot. If you go on autismradio.org, there's like a million things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really great organization.
Yeah, so for anyone who couldn't hear, it's autismradio.com. So if you just visit that website.
No, .org.
Oh, .org? Oh, okay. Do you know your post says .com, so you may want to fix it.
Oh, no. I should fix it. Yeah, but it's Autism Awareness Month.
Oh, okay.
Let's pump it out.
Yeah, no, that's amazing that, we can raise awareness around it and kind of and get it. So it's autismradio.org, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that will be good. I'll make sure I kind of put that up on my social media also, just to kind of help get it out there and spread it out,
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
For a good cause. It's to help services for the families.
No, it is. And, I actually have a friend that's got her niece has autism, so she's very much into the causes and the solution and helping. So I do know a little bit about it, and this is a great cause. This is really good. So what I also want to do is, we've got a few minutes left. So I just want to make sure that, we tell everyone that, your journey and what your journey has been like, because, and where are you now in this process and in your journey?
It's hard to say. That's a lot. My journey started long before American Idol started for me.
Okay.
And that's something not a lot of people know, I guess, just by watching the show. You don't really realize, but I've been in music since I was like 4 or 5. I was on stage, and it's been a roller coaster, and there's so many chapters for me, and there's so many. I'm always excited and terrified for the next one at the same time, because it's never a smooth road, and the music business is cutthroat, and at the same time, I'm so in love with it that even if I tried to quit, I couldn't quit for more than 5 minutes. Honestly, I know that I was put on this planet to make people happy with my gift, and I really feel like I'm in a place to do that, and it's amazing to have a voice, and it's amazing to have had the platform that I had this year to do that, and being on tour and seeing little girls on the front row with X's on their face going their Jack's. It's just so surreal to me. The entire journey just keeps getting crazier and never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, it's how do you feel about like inspiring young girls? Do you make an effort to do that or set a good example?
Oh my gosh.
Or is it like, how does that feel for you?
Oh my gosh. It's the reason probably the main reason I do what I do, is to inspire girls and young females. I'm a big woman power person, and
yes.
Yeah, every time I have a little girl come to my concert or come to meet me at a meet and greet and she says she wants to be a singer, I sing a song with her. Like, I make sure I get down on a knee and like we sing together, so she knows like this is what, follow your dream and don't be afraid. And it's really cool because at this stage in life, this is like when their brains are sponges, and they're just taking in everything, and they're these divergent thinkers, They're like brilliant thinkers. They have so much innocent brilliance compared to most adults, that's the point in your life where it's so easy to have an impact on a kid. And it's really cool because when I was little going to Hillary Duff concerts, I'd look up and I'd be like, oh my gosh, or Britney Spears. And I would turn the opposite way and perform for the stadium as if I were her.
Yeah.
And now I could be that for other girls. It feels like it's a dream. It really is.
Especially for young girls, just that, it is telling them that, hey, there are no obstacles, that you can do this. You can be anything you want to be, and you can use your voice doing it.
Amen. Amen. It's true.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have a family one day? I mean, I know the answer, but do you think you'll have a family one day?
You know my answer? Yeah. Well, yeah. I know for a fact I was born to be a mommy. I have baby fever. I'm in love with I have this. I'm like the child whisperer. People they even made fun of me on tour. All the guys, they were like, I'm kind of like cold sometimes. I'm kind of all business, and then like when I see a kid, I'm like, oh my god,
you're like
so
water. You're just a baby.
I connect really well with kids. They're like, I really appreciate their minds for what they are, and it's really awesome. And I want to know what my family's like.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll tell you, we got a couple minutes left, so I'll throw it in there. Without a doubt, you definitely get married, but you know what? It's like you wait a while. I think this whole career, I think you need to be settled, and you kind of want it, you want to, maybe be a little more in a regimen with it, or have it a little more under your belt, Yeah. And then I think, then once you have it, then I think you're going to get a little bored, and then you're going to say, now I'm ready. And then
I have a question. Is he musical?
He is not. I don't feel like he's a musician, but is he musical? I think he more respects your art and loves you for what you do. I'm not exactly sure he's an actual musician.
Oh God, I hope not.
So I get the feeling like, but I do think that he's somehow, he's more business oriented, I think. So he could be like a producer on the back end of things, but I don't quite feel like he's out on the stage. He's like, I'll leave that up to her.
Really? Oh, yeah. I love her.
Yeah. So, and I feel like you definitely have a couple kids. So I hope Dad's ready to be a grandpa at some point, because that's going to happen.
My dad is so pumped. My dad's so pumped to be a grandpa. He's like, can't wait. He's so sick of me and my brother growing up. He wants kids again. He was like, he wants to play ball.
Well, listen, if he's got a kid like you that's always saying, Dad, I want to keep going for this, and I want to keep pushing myself, you've definitely been an adventurer, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe we're all running on fumes sometimes. It's exhausting, but...
Aww.
No, it's amazing. It's the best kind of...
You're all together, which is incredible,
Yeah, we're all best friends here.
Yeah. And can he still hear me? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's right here.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Hi. So, how does it feel like, watching your daughter, being able to tour with her and making sure she's okay and, kind of being that protector in a way for her?
Well, I feel like just saying that I'm proud doesn't do it justice, and it's kind of cliche, but there's really no other way to put it. I never get tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at every performance. There's always something new, regardless of what she does in rehearsal. She gets up there and just surprises me every time.
Did you think about it when she was a kid? Did you think that she would be at this place now?
No, there was no thinking. We knew.
Okay.
She was destined. She was destined.
Yeah, you can see it in her, can't you? She's got that spirit in her eye.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely, you guys.
Gave my dad his 15 minutes of fame.
Thank you, Jax, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat.
Yep. Jax, and Jax Official X.
Thank you for joining us for Shay Parker's Best of the Best. Be sure to tune in next week for more lively discussion topics. Have a great week, and don't forget to check out bestamericanpsychics.com in case you need some professional, ethical, and accurate psychic advice from the nation's best psychics. Until next week, take care of yourselves.